Hey everybody, welcome to today's personal development lesson. I am your host, Joel Dunn. Today is one of the most important days of the year. Why? Because it's the beginning of the end of the year. So this is the time of year when people tend to slow down. Like I was saying yesterday in my video, this isn't the time for you to slow down. This is the time for you to ramp up. But there's one thing that is so important that you need to do in the last month of the year, which is you need to review your goals. You need to review where you were. You need to finish with intention so that you can start with direction. See, the point of having the goals is so that you have a path to run on for the year. But if you don't go back and look and see what you accomplished, how do you know where you're going to go for the next year? So we need to take just a few short minutes, short hours to review. Pull up the goals from last year and start checking them off. Check the boxes. You need to review your year with honesty. See, most people skim their year. They judge themselves too quickly, and they only focus on the wins or the losses they remember. That's not true leadership, because you don't grow from what you pretend happened. You grow from what actually happened. So here's some things to ask yourself when you're reviewing, also when you're mentoring and reviewing with your team. Ask, what did I do consistently? An important one for me is, what did I avoid? What did you allow happen this year that impacted the direction? What did you celebrate? And where are you going today? See, an honest review unlocks clarity, and clarity unlocks and starts creating momentum. So after you do that, the next thing to do is identify your power patterns. Not just the good ones, also look at the destructive ones, the ones that took you off your path for the year. Because every leader is built by patterns. See, that's why we're reviewing this, because you created a pattern for the year. Did you follow it? Did you see it all the way through to completion? Because some of the patterns you did this year moved you forward. Some stole your potential. Let me say that again, because that's an empowering statement when you realize it. It stole your potential. We don't want to allow that into next year. So when you can identify the bad patterns, you can separate them so that you can steal back your potential and your momentum. Because this is where you separate emotion from evaluation. Ask yourselves things like this. What habits did I create this year that created progress? What habits did I eliminate that was keeping me from progress? What habits, what things did I do this year that created pressure, undue or good pressure? And what habits did I create that lead me towards who I want to become? Because momentum is just patterns stacked over time. So if you don't identify them, you'll repeat them. So you want to make sure that you identify the bad patterns and then identify the good patterns and put all of your energy into creating those good patterns for you and your team. And then next, now that you've reviewed the things for the year, you may have some goals that you didn't hit. This is a great way to start and set up your next year. So set up your next year by making one decision today. Because great years don't start on January 1. If you are waiting until January 1 to get started, you are already behind. Leadership is not about making 100 decisions. It's about making the decision that changes everything else for the year. So make a decision today on what that is going to look like for you and your team next year. What is the one standard that you're going to raise for yourself? Maybe what is the one habit that you will write down, that you will focus on for the year? What is the most important outcome for you next year? What matters most to you? What stirs you up? What is that one thing? Write it down, put it on a sticky note, put it somewhere where you'll be able to see it. Turn that into your one decision for next year. And it's okay if it was one from this year that didn't happen yet. See, goals are never final. They're not a destination. They're a journey. And you can continue to stretch and reach and create new goals whenever you want. Because God created you to create. He created you to continue to grow. So today, we're celebrating the wins for the year. We're taking inventory of the things that went great for the year. So you're going to start by reviewing honestly the things that happened so that you have a clear picture of what you did and where you're going. You're going to identify the patterns that you want to take into next year and leave the ones behind that you don't want to bring with you. And then we're going to make one decision that we're going to carry in today for the new year. What is that one going to be for you? This is the one that's going to give you direction, give your team direction, give you confidence, and confidence will give you and your team momentum. Guys, I wanted this one to be really short, quick, and to the point so that you could drill down, get it done, and get on with the month because you still have 1 month to hit your goals for the year. Don't let it happen by accident. Go out, play big, finish with intention so that you can start next year with clear and powerful direction. Guys, go out and make it an amazing day and I hope your week is as awesome as you are.